Hello, hello. Let's try this again. Hopefully it will work this time and not be a poop connection. Yesterday it was, and yeah, that kind of sucked. So hopefully it will be better today. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ariel Willow. I am a spiritual lifestyle YouTuber and intuitive and also trance channel. And I do videos here on YouTube, and I do things, and I share my tips and tricks and life and all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested in subscribing, feel free. The subscribe button is down there. I'm just gonna kind of wait for people to come in. But yeah, so I tried doing this yesterday. I did a Periscope yesterday doing this, and it worked out fine. We had a couple glitches, but it was overall fine. And then I also tried going live here, and it was not good. It just kind of died, and there were people who were interested, but the problem was that the connection was just so bad that I feel like I wasn't really able to do readings and have it be justified because it was such a bad connection. So we'll see about doing it today. Yes, yes, yes. I was listening to some 417 hertz negative energy cleansing vibrations and sounds. And I've been really, really liking doing that lately. I know that a lot of people do that, and you know, it's not a new thing for sure. But sometimes I go through times where I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. And then other times I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to listen to it all the time. And so I was listening to that earlier, actually just before I came onto the live stream, and it's really nice, actually. It's really nice to listen to that kind of stuff because it's just very, I don't know, healing. It's just very healing. So yeah, negative energy cleansing sound vibrations. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 recommend. Cosmetish! Oh my god! How are you? How are you? I love you. How are you? I can't believe it's been so long. I still follow you on Instagram and try to like all of your posts. Yay! Good. Good, good, good. I'm glad to hear. If anybody else is here, say hi so I know you're here and I can say hi to you. But yeah, so I love you too. Hi, Hannah. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so I am doing free one card pulls for, well, it was supposed to be for Valentine's Day, but the live stream yesterday was poop. So I had to try to do it again today. So we're going to see if we can do it again today and have it be a good one. So if anybody wants one, let me know and I'll put you on the list. That way I'm not forgetting people and, you know, being like, I don't know who goes next. I'll have a list and stuff that I can go off. Okay, cosmeticians first. Okay, and hi, Celie. Or, well, Celie Jane. Hi, Alexandra. Okay, Hannah. All right. I really don't need any information for one card's, like for a single card reading. It's really not, like, you don't really need a lot of information, to be honest. But yeah, so Alexandra, yes. Okay. Alexandra and Jane, did you want one as well? Is she still here? Did I lose her? I think we lost her. That's okay. She might come back. Okay, so Cosmetish, I have the 3 card deck. Okay, yes. All right, awesome. Okay, so Cosmetish, do you want Lenormand? Oh, let me see if I can see that. You're so different from your. Oh yeah, yeah. I am. I was just talking about it on Periscope the other day. I'm so sorry it's so dark. Is it really dark or is it just my phone screen? Let me know if it's really dark. There's not a lot I can do about it, but I just want to make sure that it's not dark, or maybe I have the brightness turned down on my phone. Yeah, but I was just talking about that the other day or yesterday on, okay, good, perfect. Thank you, Jane. Also, Matthew, do you want a card? We're doing 1 card pulls. But I was talking about how I was in such a different place 3 years ago. I was in such a different place. I was married to Jim. I still, to this day, absolutely love him. I do. I love Jim. I care about him a lot, but we just could not be together. And it was really heartbreaking, and I hated making that decision. I don't think anybody really wants to, like, have their marriage end in divorce. I don't think anybody does. But at the same time, I am so thankful that I was able to make that decision, and I was able to get through that situation and get to where I am now, because, oh my God, I'm in such a different place. And, you know, it's like, I can't even compare it to what it was before, because it's just, yeah, it is. It's very freeing, and it's just, I don't know. There's something about it when you are on your right path and you're following, you know, your intuition, and you do it. It just, you feel it in your whole body, and you just know that you're making the right decision, even though it's painful. It's kind of like, you know, working out, like, it's beneficial, but it still hurts. And it just, you know, it's good. I'm in a good place. I'm still struggling with some stuff, but it's more personal stuff and not so much like relationship stuff at this point. Nathan's been amazing, so I'm very thankful for that. And I might be traveling the world, so I'm okay with that. That's really good. So you might see some travel vlogs from me in the future. Yes, it does. Honestly, the more I follow my intuition, the happier I am. When I don't, I become physically sick. Like, I don't know if you guys followed me on my YouTube channel long enough, but when I was married, I had so many health problems. I had all these, like, I won't go into what it was, but like, it was like chronic pain. I'm talking about like barely being able to get out of bed in the morning just from how much pain I was in. Yeah, for sure. We're doing 1 card pulls, Queen, but I will definitely pull a card for you. And I promise we'll get to it in just a second. So yeah, I didn't share a whole lot with you guys because I felt like, dude, me too, Jane. Yes, yes. Oh, dude, I stress eat too so much. I am an emotional eater. I have found that out about myself over the last couple months. I'm just like eating so much. I don't want to talk about how much money I've spent on eating just for myself, but it's a lot and it's ridiculous, and I need to stop. Not stop eating, but just eating better and smarter. Anyways, so yeah, I was just, when I do not follow my intuition and I'm not following my dreams and ambitions, I get physically sick, and it sucks. Yes. Okay, good. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm at the point of being able to fast right now, just because when I don't eat, I get really shaky. So I've been trying to have it to where I eat like little tiny things throughout the day instead of like big meals throughout the day, like slowly just cutting back. Okay, so Tish, you're first. We have Lenormand, which is a French oracle divination. We have, pick a card deck, and I'll just pick a card deck for you and pick a card. It is snowing outside right now, and it's so pretty. Yes. Yeah, and I try to do that, but I have been eating like an ostrich. Like, I think I'm a bird and I eat a little bit, but I'm this huge bird and I'm eating a lot. So, yeah, I need to just cut back a little bit. Okay. So it picks Lenormand. With Lenormand, it goes off to Hi Happily Ever After. If you want a card, let me know and I'll put you on the list. I think I'll do this until about 6:30, because I don't want to stay on too long because I do have to eat. Just talking about eating, but I do have to eat dinner. But yeah, I'll stay on until, or I'll plan to stay on until about 6:30. We'll see. So with Lenormand, since the cards play off of each other so much, it's, all right, I will add you to the list. Oh my gosh, I hope that my ocular migraine goes away, because right now I have an ocular migraine, so I can't see part of my vision. I don't know if anybody else gets those, but I get them and they're super annoying, because like there will just be points in my vision that I can't see. Like it's just like a flashing dot, and it's very frustrating. But it's okay. Oh, the Lenormand is for Cosmetish, so we're pulling cards for Cosmetish. It is a 1-card reading, but with the Lenormand, you kind of need 2 cards. It depends on what card comes up. If a card that comes up that can be read alone comes up, then we'll go from there. Do you want me to pull a card for you, Mariah? Do you want me to put you on the list? Okay. 1 card. Yeah. You're on the list, Queen, I promise. And I will let everybody know who the card is for, so there's no confusion. Okay, cool. Whoops. Okay. So, Cosmetish, we need 1 card for Cosmetish, please. Oh, thank you. Okay. Well, you got 2 cards anyway. All right. Okay. Okay, so Cosmetish. Your cards, I asked for 1, but I think they were giving 2 because they play off of each other. So we have the Man Quarant card under the Child card. I know, they're so picky. Yes. Yes, Matthew, I do. With my ocular migraines, I get tunnel vision, but it's all white. I've had whiteouts where I can't see anything. It's just flashing white. I've seen like little tiny, like almost like lens flares. But it's easy for me to tell the difference between like an ocular migraine flare and like fairies or something like that. It's different. I don't really know how to explain it. Like the ocular migraines are like flashy, whereas fairies tend to be like little just balls of light, and they don't like stay. They just kind of disappear, almost like shooting stars. Yes, Patty, I will put you on the list. Okay, so Cosmetish, we have the Man Quarant card, which is just representing a man, and then the card above it influences it. So, yeah, me too. But you know, I don't really get a headache with it, so that's fine. But thank you. The Child card represents innocence, new beginnings. It can represent literal children. But in any case, this card affects this card. So in this case, it could be some naivety or innocence or new beginning affecting a man. In your life, it could represent the masculine energies in your body, that you're kind of tapping into like a young man energy of like being very, just like getting shit done and just going ahead with things. But yeah, this card just kind of talks about like innocence and fresh beginnings and things like that. Okay, good. Yeah, keep doing that. That's what this is talking about. Just, follow that. Follow the masculine energy. It's coming through for a reason. I think it's... Aha, okay. Yep. Yeah, having to get shit done. It doesn't mean that women can't get shit done too. It's just that we tend to be like nurturers as we're doing something and be slower, but not in the sense of like not getting things done, but slower in the sense that we like take our time and really are very thorough about something. Whereas like the masculine energy, and I'm not saying that guys in general are like this, but the masculine energy itself is a very like straightforward, like let's get stuff done kind of energy, kind of like a Taurus and an Aries, not so much like a Sagittarius or a Virgo. Does that make sense? Um, yes, yes. I feel ya, girl. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm getting stuff done, but it's very stressful. I'm just like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I getting myself into? So yeah. All right, Hannah, if you're still there, you're next on the list for a card. Do you prefer the Madame Endora? There's an Oracle. We have Tarot, or we have Lenormand. Tarot, okay. It's getting kind of dark outside, guys, so if I am getting darker, I apologize. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We didn't get to you in time, Matthew, but thank you for popping in, and I hope you have a good night. Okay, so we'll take him off the list. All right. We need one card for Hannah, please. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So this card, we have the Three of Wands. Looks like this. This is my little pocket deck. It's so tiny. Look, my hands are like 8 inches long. Look at how tiny it is. It's a little card. So sorry, I feel like the baby voice every time I talk about little things. I know, it's so tiny. I've seen tinier ones like this big, but okay, moving on. So Three of Wands. Wands can talk a lot about intellect and like thought patterns and things like that. As you can see on this card, this man is leaving 2 wands behind. This one is actually behind him. So he has moved past these points in his journey, in his path of having to get past something. This is Hannah's card. So this is talking about how you're kind of going through a time right now where you're moving past like 2 major like points in your past, in your path, in your journey, whatever you want to call it, where you really had to like make the decision to leave those behind. It it's still within his view because it's still something that he's thinking about. It's still something that he's aware of, but he also in the card is physically moved past it and chosen to stick with this point right here and this wand, and chosen to mindfully stay at that point at this time. So it's talking about like looking forward. He isn't looking back. He's not paying attention to it. He's just saying, okay, that's behind me. I'm not paying attention to it anymore. I'm focusing on the future. I'm looking ahead, and I'm going to try to, take as much opportunity as I can from this wand that I'm holding right now as possible, because it is a time in my life that I feel that I can do that. If he was holding on to that, you would see him looking back or holding on to the other wands, excuse me. But we don't. We see him looking forward and being very focused on the future. So that's what that card represents. Okay. And I hope that helped you. Alexandria is next. Or Alexandra? Is it Alexandra or Alexandria? I don't know. I hope I'm not losing people. I hope the connection isn't poop. Okay. Okay. Awesome. All right, great. No worries. I'm glad I was able to help. Okay. So Alexandria, do you have a preference as of card deck? Yeah, you can. You can totally do it. Anything is possible. I think everybody has a point or multiple points in their lives where they doubt themselves and wonder if they can do something. But everybody has the ability to do something. You can do whatever you put your mind to, and so you're gonna do fine. Just trust that you can do it. Everything's gonna fall into place for you. Don't worry too much about the little details. Just get through it, and when you need something, it will come to you. It will be available to you right when you need it. Not necessarily when you want it, but when you need it, for sure. Okay, so Alexandria, we have Tarot, Lenormand, or Oracle. Or I can just pick a deck, whatever works for you. Okay, I lied. I wouldn't be picking the deck, they would, but yeah. You pick, okay. Okay. They picked the Oracle deck, so we're gonna do that. All right, one card. I have to specify and be a little bit firm with them, because sometimes they'll just give me the whole deck and be like, all of them. No, one. One card. Okay. All right. Okay. So this one fell out reversed. I do reverse meanings with this deck. I know that it doesn't have reversed meanings in the little booklet, but I always do reverse meanings because oh, really? Okay, perfect. Because I feel like it makes sense. Usually when I do reverse meanings, it makes sense. Okay. So the card that you got is the Chimera, and it says, imagination clouds your judgment, but this card is reversed. So this is saying time to manifest and visualize what you want to happen. With it saying being reversed, it's talking about how visualizing and putting into a concrete vision of what you want to do, whether that's a actual vision or writing out what you want to happen, something to visualize what you want your goals to be and where you want to be. Oh, I'm so sorry, Queen, but thank you for stopping in. Absolutely. So this is just saying visualize what you want to happen, visualize where you want to be, what you want to do, and that will clear the blocks that you have. It will clear the way and clear the path that will help you get to what you want to do and what you visualize. By putting our vision down into words, that can be very helpful. Writing, physically writing with handwriting with your hand is a very powerful practice that I think a lot of people underestimate. Just brain-wise and logic-wise and intuition-based, when you write something down, you're more likely to remember it. So when we incorporate that into, psychic abilities and things like that, if it's so powerful that it can help us to remember things in our brain and have a trail back to that information, that is a lot of energy that you're putting out when you write something down. It's you physically putting that energy into something, even if it's just writing a word or a sentence or a statement. That's why whenever people are like, let's do affirmations, I'm like, write them down, physically write them down. If you have the ability to. If you physically don't have the ability to, which sometimes I have trouble with because I have a lot of muscle and joint pain, if I can't physically write it down, I will type it and then print it in a font that I really like that looks similar to handwriting. That's just my preference, but just having it down on paper in ink is really important. When I do type it out and print it out, I'll just sit with it and try to put that energy of each statement in, with my hands into that paper. and into those ink marks that make words. So, okay. Next person is Jane. It's your turn. Well, you don't have to be in a relationship to have a card, but yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, wildflower. Okay. Jane, do you prefer tarot, Lenormand, or oracle? Okay. Okay. They chose tarot. Yeah, I think most of these girls that are in the room right now getting readings are probably single or in complicated relationships, or in good relationships, but it really doesn't matter. You can get your message whether you're married, you're single, or in a relationship. So you should be fine. I love that you called it yourself a potato, though. I think that's hilarious. Okay, one card. They chose tarot, by the way. Okay. Alrighty. So, hi, Lady Blue. Oh, there you go. Okay, if anybody else wants to be on the list too, let me know. I'm gonna try to do these until 6:30. If I feel like it's gonna go a little bit past 6:30, I'll just stop the list, or I'll stop taking names. No biggie, man. No judgment. Okay, so Jane, your card is from the tarot deck. Yeah, I'll add you to the list. Let's see. Okay, so Jane, your card from tarot is the is it 5? No, it's 4 of Swords, excuse me. So it looks like this. It came out reversed, so we're going to read it reversed. This card usually talks about being at the point where you kind of need to take a break, like just take some time, but like step back a little bit, not completely be unproductive and just take like a complete break, but just take a step back and kind of, make sure that you're not wearing yourself out, wearing yourself too thin. With this card being reversed, it's talking about like really trying to have like more motivation to get stuff done. Similar to Cosmetish card, it's talking about how, you really, this is not necessarily the time to take a break. I know it's very tempting, and it's tempting to just kind of step back a little bit, but just get a little bit more done, work on it a little bit longer. I'm hearing a week, so I don't know if you're like, I feel like maybe it's, yeah, maybe it's time to just kind of focus in, like, kind of have blinders on for like a week, just to really, get whatever you have to get done, and then you can take a break. Yes. And this isn't talking about like a full break. It's just talking about like a little bit of time away, but just taking a little bit of a break, but not procrastinating, if that makes sense. Because a lot of times if we take a break, or at least I do this, we tend to like overtake a break. Especially when you're working from home or you're working on a project for yourself, it's easy to do that. And especially if it's a project that you're not super excited about. So just be cautious to not take too long of a break. Absolutely take time if you feel that you need it. But yeah, just don't take too much of a break. Yeah, absolutely. I will put you on the list. Okay. I'm going to stop taking names on the list just for now until we get through the ones that I have. And then if I have more time, we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, Queen left. Okay. Happily Ever After, it's your turn. So, do you have a preference to card deck? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for letting me read for you. If you have a preference for card deck, tarot, Lenormand, or oracle, let me know, or I can pick one, or they can pick one. Usually it's Nikado picking it, so just a heads up. Another thing that I do want to talk about while we're kind of in the middle of this, I do offer private readings on my website. I offer channeled readings, intuitive readings, and energy and emotion healing sessions, which is kind of like a guided shadow work session. I have those on my website right now. I also have a $7 guided meditation to meet your long-term spirit guide. So if you guys are interested in that, you can look down in the description down below, and I have my website link. So if you want to check that out, you can, absolutely. And if you have any questions about those, just let me know. Okay. Happily ever after. Are you still there? And if you are, which card deck would you like? Ugh, that almost went down the wrong pipe. Okay. Did we lose her? Okay. What we'll do is we'll move on to Mariah. Mariah, if you're here, can you put up little emojis or tell me which kind of card deck you want? If Happily Ever After comes back, we'll just do her reading, her card pull after yours. So if Mariah is still here, let me know which card deck you would like, or if you would like Nikato to pick it. I am very sad that I can't listen to music while I'm doing this. I know. I think it's because we have that moment of panic and we tense up, and then it makes it like worse. It's like when you have really sore muscles and you tense up, it hurts more than if you're relaxed. I think that's it. Hi, Marie. How are you? Mariah, one last call. If you're still here, it is your turn. If not, I'll go ahead and move on to the next person and then just come back to you if you're there. I think that's it. I'm assuming that's it. I'm no medical doctor or anything. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad to hear. Okay, so Mariah isn't responding, so let's move on to Patty. Patty, if you're still here. Okay, perfect. If I end up having time, I will totally add you to the list. Okay, Patty, are you still here? If you are, please let me know. And hi, Pearl. Okay, perfect. Would you like to pick a card deck, or would you like me to pick it, or them? Me, but it's really them. Because they're usually like, yes, no, no, or, you know, whatever. So they usually pick the card deck. Okay. Okay. You get the Oracle. Okay. And I know that the imagery on these cards is a little bit darker than a lot of decks, but it's not bad, I promise. It's a really good deck. Is it pronounced Aslan or Aislinn? How do these cards apply to pets? So if you're getting a reading for your pet, it more like the messages just more apply to the pet. Yeah, absolutely, Pearl. Okay, Aislinn. Okay. Oops. Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing the chat. Let me actually open this up on YouTube so that I'm not missing the chat at all. That would be a good idea. Okay. Live chat. Cool. Okay, so Patty, Pearl, if you want to like put up your question, I'll answer it after I read this card for Patty. So Patty, or Aislinn, I'm sorry. Your card is the Talisman, and it says, you are destined to succeed. This is actually a very good card. And it's upright, so we're all good. This card is just talking about how you're very, you're on a good path. You're in a good, like, pathway to what you want to achieve. The symbols that are standing out to me the most is the female symbol on this. I'm gonna have to watch more of Black Mirror because I've only seen the first episode and I've heard it's amazing. But thank you. I'm sure that's probably a compliment. I'm just not aware of the compliment yet. Okay, so the talisman card, the symbols that are standing out to me, because the talisman has all these little symbols, is the female symbol. So I'm assuming that they're talking about like the yin energy, the female energy, the feminine energy. It's a very soft and nurturing energy. So I imagine that being nurturing and soft towards yourself as you're going towards your goals is going to be helpful. The moon is also standing out to me. So like intuition, following your gut, following your intuition when you have to make decisions about your goals, or what you're working towards is going to be helpful. Let's see. I'm also seeing a symbol that looks similar to balancing weights. So keeping the balance between your personal and goal stuff, because a lot of times, sometimes our goals can be business related. If it is, just make sure you're having a balance between taking care of yourself and getting stuff done. Don't overdo it on one end of the spectrum or the other. Try to stay somewhere in the middle of being balanced with that. So that is your card. Okay, so Pearl, do you see things working for me in London, or will I have to return to Australia? You can stay in London if you want, but Australia is better. That's what they said. Would love to know anything that comes through. I'm having a hard time right now. This past week has been tough relationship-wise. I have a difficult seeing how things will turn out. Good. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I get answers to questions, sometimes I don't. So just a heads up, if anybody asks a question, sometimes I'll get an answer, sometimes I won't. Sometimes they're buts and they won't answer at all. They'll just be like, they're not supposed to know. And sometimes they'll be like, bleh, with information. So just a heads up. As far as things turning out well, I hate saying this kind of stuff because I never want to hurt people's feelings, and I never want to be that person that's like, it's not going to work out. This person, you can make it work out, but it's going to take a lot of effort. Yeah, for sure. People throw out your questions. Why not? Let's do it. Oh, actually, let's see how long, because I don't want to have anybody miss their reading just because I'm answering questions. Okay, so Patty, Wallflower is next on the reading list. So Wallflower, if you want to pick a card deck, we have Lenormand, Oracle, or Tarot. Hi, Autumn. But so with the relationship question, it will work out if you put a lot of effort into it. Make sure that you are looking after yourself. Don't give, okay, how do I word that better? Don't overexert yourself for this person. If they want to be in the relationship, they have to put a little bit into it. It can't all be from your end. There has to be a balance in effort. So if you're giving someone something in, they should be giving something in, and vice versa. Just don't let it be unbalanced. Sometimes it will have to be unbalanced. Like if someone's sick and the other person isn't, sometimes you have to take care of the sick person. That's fine. But just don't have it be to where they wouldn't do the same thing for you. If you were sick, would they take care of you? If you were in a difficult place financially, would they kind of cover the bills for a little bit? Make sure that you have that support, because if you don't, it's more of a conditional relationship rather than a supportive system and partnership, and that's really important to identify. Okay. Wallflower, if you're still here, do you want Oracle, Lenormand, or Tarot? Oracle, okay. Okay, one card for Wallflower. Wow, that came out right away. Okay. So we have the Knight, and it says triumph over adversity. Yeah, absolutely. And I promise if you post a question, I can scroll back through the feed, so I will try to answer it. Okay, so the Knight is talking about going in and just going for it, just kind of not taking a leap of faith, because you're on a horse, you're making a mindful decision to move forward, but things are kind of moving forward at a faster pace than if you were walking. It's not as fast if you were going in a car, but it is like faster than how things would regularly go. So whatever you're dealing with right now, there's probably some sort of conflict going on in your life that you're kind of trying to get over, like some drama or someone being like, oh, she did that, but that it's not really true. So just know that everything's going to be fine. If those people want to be like that, they don't need to be in your life. And if you feel that they're important, seriously evaluate why you feel that's important and why you feel that they're important to be in your life. If it has to be a balance, just like with I can't remember who asked about it, but the relationship thing, if they're not giving in what you're giving in, just reevaluate and see, are they a conditional friend where you can only kind of talk to them about certain things but kind of keep your personal stuff out of it, and maybe they're still helpful that way. And if they're not even helpful that way, I would reevaluate having the relationship in your life at all. Bye, Hannah. Good luck. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so wildflower. Okay, she ate. It's your turn. Oh, good. Yay. All right. Yeah, don't let anybody make you feel less than you are. Everybody has worth. Everybody has something that they can do. Okay. They can choose. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Oracle again. Alrighty. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. So this card came out upright, which is good. Well, I mean, it's really good either way. Okay. Yeah, you got this. You can do it, girl. We're all behind you. We got your back. You can do it. Okay, so the Oracle card is talking about seeking guidance from someone who has more experience. So this is a card of encouraging, asking questions, seeking out advice from someone you really trust. I wouldn't just go to any person on the street and be like, oh, what do you think I should do? But maybe someone who you really admire their relationship. I have a friend, my friend Jessie, her marriage, everybody goes through hard times, but her marriage with her husband is amazing. And I can only just hope that my marriage someday will end up that way. They're so supportive of each other and they're just a great balance. But they have had some rough times. And when I was going through my hard times, I would ask her for advice. Now, she's not much older. She's maybe a couple months older than me, but she gave me such good advice that I really, it helped me to make my decision. It helped me to realize what was okay, what was not okay, what I wanted, what I didn't want. And she just helped me through it with no judgment. It doesn't have to be someone that you're really close to. Maybe you are thinking of someone in your head and you're like, I don't know why I'm thinking of that person, but maybe that's the person you should be talking to. Everything happens for a reason and everything comes up for a reason. So if you're thinking of someone and you're just like, oh, I don't know if I'm comfortable asking about that, maybe just kind of try to ease into it. Be like, hey, would you be up for kind of giving me advice on a situation that I have with a friend, and kind of have your relationship be in a friendship mode so it's not as personal maybe. You can always ask for advice in a more anonymous way to where they won't know that it's you and your marriage. It might just be you and a friend. So think about that. Think about someone you could talk to and get advice from. And just, you don't have to take their advice, word for word, but maybe there's something that they say that makes you kind of evaluate something that, or maybe look at a situation from a different view that you wouldn't have before. So that's your card. Ginger, if you're still here, it's your turn. You can pick a deck, Oracle, Tarot, or Lenormand. Yeah. I personally went to marriage counseling. I suffer from a lot of like personal stuff. I have PTSD and borderline personality disorder, which makes it really hard for me to be very balanced in a relationship. I think I'm kind of moving outside of, like, I'm moving past the borderline personality disorder, like, really disrupting my relationships. I've tried to get better about that. And DBT was amazing for that. I highly recommend. But also just, mindful practices and things and just trying to be more open. But marriage counseling for me wasn't that, oh, they're doing something wrong, I need them to fix it. It was more of that I wanted to be able to have someone in the middle that was very good at mediating between the two of us. Of, it's not they're doing something wrong, I need them to fix it. It's a what can I do to better communicate my needs to this person and have it said in a way that they can understand, because my previous husband was very logical minded. He was very smart, but he was very right or left brain oriented, just very logical, very you know Taurus, logical about things. And I'm very like airy fairy, like intuition based, things like that. And there was nothing wrong with either side, but we needed someone in the middle to help us kind of talk to each other in a way that we would both understand. And like, oh, I need this from you. And then the therapist would be like, okay, I think she's trying to say this. Is that right? And it was like someone in the middle helping us mediate. So it was really good. Okay, Ginger. Okay, you pick. Okay, tarot again. All right, one card for Ginger. Oh, thank you. Right away. All right, we have the Page of Swords reversed. I made reverse sound like it's bad. Reversed. So the Page of Swords is reversed. It's talking about kind of not going forward with something. Like, this person, when it's upright, is ready to take like action, but they're hesitating, like not in a bad way, but just making sure that everything's good before they take that swing. Reversed, it's saying take a little bit more time than you would if this was upright. Just step back a little bit, reevaluate why you're making this, motion to do something, and then decide whether you want to still make that move to do that. Make sure that you're not just rushing into something. This is not a rushing card. It's about taking action, but taking thoughtful and deliberate and planned action. So there's something like personal that you're thinking about doing, but don't take action on it right away. Just think about it first. Don't make any rash decisions. Really like think it through before you go forward with it, because sometimes it will be like, oh, I'm just gonna do this, and then it's like, oh, if I was gonna do it again, I would do it this way. We might always have that kind of like response to things, but ultimately, the more we plan it, which don't get hung up on the planning, because I feel that you tend to over plan things and want to know that everything is okay before you do it. That's your comfort zone. But if you don't do that, like if you just kind of find it middle between being spontaneous and being planning, like a good in between is the sweet spot right now. So just be careful. Just make sure you have all the information before going in. The same with a job. Like if you're going into a job, you wouldn't just go into a job and be like, I want to work here, hire me, without kind of knowing like what they expect of you, something like that. Okay, Mariah, yes, you did, but I can go back to yours because you were already on the list. If you want to pick your deck, Tarot, Oracle, or Lenormand. Happily Ever After also missed hers. If she's in the room, then I can pull a card for her. If not, we'll just move on to a Q&A. Andres, I'm not sure how you like to pronounce it, asked if I'll go live next Friday. I'm not positive I will, but we'll see how I feel. I usually decide a couple days before or the day of. Okay, cool. So what kind of card deck do you want, Mariah? Do you want Tarot, Lenormand, or Oracle? Ah, my nose is itchy. I'm sad I don't have music. I keep hearing these songs in my head and I'm like, I just want to listen to them. Also, random side note, I'm really into the song Freaking Out by Arizona right now. I can't stop listening to it. It's super just, I don't know, it's just fun to listen to. So 10 out of 10, do recommend. Yes, I'm doing a graveyard thing right now. Graveyard girl, don't judge me. Yes, I watch her. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, I did. I asked what kind of card deck you would like. We have the Nomon or the Bluebird deck. You can just call it Bluebird. I don't think a lot of people know how to spell Lenormand. So we have Bluebird, we have Oracle, and we have Tarot. They're such little cards. They're so little. They're so adorable. Tarot. Okay. I was feeling that one too, but I wanted you to make the decision. Okay. One card for Mariah, please. Whoa. 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 Okay. Interesting. No, just kidding. That always freaks people out when I do that. Interesting. And they're just like, oh God, what card is it? I know, they're so tiny. Okay, so this card is the King of Pentacles. This is a card saying, be responsible about your finances. Hi, Kaya. Kaya. Let me know how I'm pronouncing it right. Like the car company or like Kaya. But be responsible about finances. If you're trying to make a financial decision or thinking of spending a lot of money on something, okay, Kia, awesome. Just take a step back, be a little bit more patient with it. Make sure that you're making a smart decision. Be smart about your finances. Hi, Spice Beauty. How are you? Hi, Mitch. Just don't rush into things financially wise. Just be careful. Good night, Cosmetish. Thank you for coming in. I love you. I'll talk to you later. So yeah, just be very smart with your finances. I know. Hi, Travell. So yeah, just be very smart with your finances. Be cautious about making big purchases right now. Make sure that you are being smart about it and thinking about the investment before you do it. Make sure that you're making sure that you're putting some money into savings in case something happens. Just be smart about finances. This is also someone who's very knowledgeable about finances. They know how things work. So if you're kind of not really understanding like how something works, call your bank and ask them about it. Say, oh, how does this work? Or how do I implement this? If you need to make a budget, talk about someone who has a budget and knows how to do it. Or take a class online. I've been taking classes on Udemy and it's amazing. They're really helpful and they're not super expensive right now. I think they're having a sale. Not sponsored, promise. I just like it. But yeah, just make sure that you're being smart about the finances front. Make sure that you're making good investments. Make sure that you're looking at everything from all angles and making sure that you're taking everything into account. Okay, one last call for Happily Ever After. If you're here, I will pull a card for you. If not, I will start answering questions that you guys have. I'll just kind of do like a quick Q&A. It can be personal questions or questions for me about really anything. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so. Okay, Jasmina, are you still here? You had a question. I can try answering that for you. Let's see. I think that was the only other question. Oh my God, Pearl, I love your comment. I used to think I had borderline personality disorder, but turns out I just kept dating assholes who made me emotional. Oh my God, can we please make that a meme? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, Jasmina. It's amazing. Thank you for that. So you had a question of whether you will find your soulmate. Absolutely. I say that with confidence because everybody has soulmates, but a lot of people assume that soulmates are like uh, love based and affection based and like relationship based. Soulmates, so we're comparing soulmates and like romantic partners. So that's how I like differentiate them. Soulmates can be friends. They can be people that you feel connected to on a soul level. It can be a romantic relationship, but it can also be a friendship. So I just want to clarify that. I believe you're talking about someone you're going to find relationship wise. I would be like, I keep seeing 4, so 4 months. 4 months. Just make sure that that you're being aware of what's coming up in 4 months. I keep seeing a public place with a lot of people. So maybe not like a friend's house or something like that. Just, yeah. I'm seeing like a coffee shop or like some sort of like shop thing. So just be keeping your eye out. I don't know. 4 months. So that's March, April, May, June. Summer romance. So yeah, just be looking out for that. Does anybody else have any other questions? I'm not going to pull any more cards, but I can just see what comes up if people ask the questions. I wrote another question above. Let's see. Oh, maybe I missed it. Okay. Oh, do you see my crush being in my life in the future? There's nothing between us. He's going through a divorce, but he inspires me. Yes, but not the way that you're thinking it will. You can ask any question, Mitch. We're gonna see what happens. Worst case scenario, I have no idea. But best case scenario, they'll answer and something will come through. So Pearl, in relation to your crush, they're saying that there isn't really any romantic potential there, but it is a very strong connection that could become a very valuable friendship. There are some things, like you said, on his end that he's working through that he needs to get past before you can really get close as far as friendship goes. Maybe way far in the future, it could be something romantic, but I wouldn't bank on it and I wouldn't like stop your, I wouldn't stop looking for someone just because you're waiting for them, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, general question, whatever, man. Just ask whatever. Will I come across my soulmate? Also, I'm aiming for 7, so I'll probably go off at 7. Will I come across my soulmate? Okay, I kept saying 6. I was asking 6 months, and they said no, 6 years. That's a long time. What about before then? Okay, so you'll have connections with people before like the 6 month, like year mark, but it won't be like very long term. You'll have deep connections with people though. Let's see. Okay. How can I improve my business? Something in your marketing is off. Like there's a part of the message that you're giving across that's not crystal clear. Try to get clear on your message towards people, because there's something that's like they're not quite sure what you offer. If you offer multiple things, try splitting it up. instead of having it all in one business. So maybe if you're a beauty person and you do makeup for people, but you also do like bookkeeping, don't try to have it be in the same thing, have it be separate. Let's see. Made a new friend recently. She's giving me weird vibes, super clingy but very kind. I can't tell if she's in trouble or not. Any insight? She, I think, has abandonment issues. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, and I'm not a doctor, so please don't think I'm diagnosing anybody with something. I have to legally say that, but I truly, like, please don't take my advice on, like, diagnosing someone. But she may have some clinginess because she's had a lot of people leave, and she probably has someone who has told her in the past that she is not nurturing enough or not like attentive enough. So she may have overcompensated by being very clingy and very like, oh, let me give you things, blah blah blah, to make up for it. Overall, she is a good friend, but just go in cautiously. Don't let her in completely right in the beginning. They say kind of just, I'm seeing like a barrier around you and her on the outside. So just kind of like get to know her and evaluate from there, but don't let her in completely at the beginning. Okay. Thank you. Someone said thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. Okay. My question is my very close friend, let's call them V, will anything romantic ever come out of it? It's funny you say V because I have a friend that I call by a V name, so it's funny. It's not their real name, but it's like a nickname that I have for them. Will anything romantic come out of it? No. They're saying that there's something in your connection that's very it's kind of like water on a fire, like it just kind of fizzles out. It only seems exciting because you're not together, but if you were to get together, it'd be like putting out the fire kind of thing. Okay. Yes, Pearl, friendship is in the cards for sure. Will you stay friends? I'm not sure, but friendship is in the cards. Okay. Mitch, they're my best friends, so I'm not sure if I want to thin that or think that. You know what? Okay. Let me tell you something right now. I'm going to get real with you. Okay, no, that's fine. It's okay to like people. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're really committed to that person and you see someone walking down the street or you see someone in a grocery store, it is okay to have feelings of attraction and liking someone. That does not mean that you're going to go out of your way or try to sleep with them or try to be with them. It just means that your human nature is working, that you are feeling attracted. We naturally feel attracted to people because evolutionarily, okay. Evolutionarily, right? Is that a word? We're making it up. We are meant to be attracted to other people to like procreate and make babies and shit. So it's natural to feel attracted to someone. And even if you're like not on the spectrum of being like a man liking a woman or a woman liking a man, it's totally fine because it's completely natural and it's totally okay to feel attracted to someone. I feel attracted to women. I wouldn't say that I'm bi, but I have thought about that. I've thought that maybe I'm on that spectrum. But, I find women very attractive and I seriously thought about it for a bit. But you know what? It's natural and it's okay and it's totally okay to be attracted to someone. It's when you start making moves to be with that other person and really make effort more towards that other person than the person you're with that it really starts to be like, okay, time to reevaluate the relationship you're in. Okay. I'm having trouble making a decision about which direction I should take career-wise. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. Career-wise. Any advice on how to bring clarity to myself? Okay. I feel like a lot of times... Oh, This is my friend texting me. I feel like a lot of times we think that we want something, but we really want something else. So if it's two completely different career paths, I would try taking an online course or finding someone who's already in that field to tell you what it's like to be in that field. If you want to get into being a nurse, ask someone who's a nurse, or find someone online, maybe on YouTube, who works as a nurse. What is it like being a nurse? What do you have to do? What are your responsibilities? If you want to go into finance, or a law, find people who work in those fields and ask them what it's like to work in it, and have them be completely honest with you if possible. Because a lot of times you hear so many stories of people going to college and getting a degree and then finding out that they absolutely hate what they do once they get into the actual career. So, take a little dip into each one. Maybe take a class on, things that you would need to know for those degrees, and take two different classes, one that goes towards one and the other goes towards the other, and see how you feel about each one. If you take a CNA class and you really enjoy it, maybe you would like nursing. If you take a financing class and you really enjoy it, maybe you would like finance. And if you do like both, maybe try to find an in-between, maybe a mental health person that helps people through financial crises or something like that, where you're combining the two. But I feel like once you actually experience a little bit of either, you'll be able to more clearly see what you want to do. Let's see. I wanted to know if my spirit guides have any messages for me about my relationship with Elijah, because I think they said I was going to be in a relationship this year. Yes. They're not saying if it's with Elijah or not, because they're buts. But I do feel that you're going to be in a relationship this year. I do feel like that's an accurate prediction. Continuing now, sometimes predictions can change. That's why I'm saying it's continuing. I feel that it will be later in the year, like the second half of the year, if not the last quarter. But I feel like it's more like the second half, like maybe the end of the third quarter of the year. But yes, I do feel that you'll be in a relationship this year, but I'm not positive if it's Elijah, because they won't say. Okay. And Mitch, it's okay if you do ruin the relationship and it's because you, because I've had this happen before, where I was very good friends with someone. I felt like they were my best friend. I was attracted to them. I tried to be in a relationship with them, and I was okay with being just friends, eventually, because I met someone and they were not happy, and you know what? They weren't meant to be in my life after that, so that's fine. I love them and I send them good wishes, but it just didn't work out long term, which is fine. Let's see. Do you think the business I'm focusing on now, I'm assuming, will be successful, or should I move on to my other idea? The one you're focusing on now could be a side thing. Like, what you're doing now could somehow be automated or off onto the side and not your main focus. If it's possible to do that and focus on your your other idea, try that and see how you feel. But I'm feeling like the one that you're focusing on so much right now is kind of a side thing. Because London has gone bad, I've heard from my boyfriend, he's British, and he's like, London is going crazy. And I'm like, oh God. I'm thinking of returning to Australia, getting my finances together, and then trying for the US. Do you see LA working for me? Okay, this is a personal opinion. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. For the LA thing, just from personal experience, this isn't my intuition talking. I have a brother who lives in LA. It is very hard to afford LA. So just if you do it, make sure that you have the finances to do it, because it is very expensive. It doesn't mean that it can't work out, but just make sure that financially you'd be able to swing it for a little bit if you didn't find work right away or you were having trouble finding work. But intuitively, I keep seeing a big sun when I think about LA. And the sun to me says like good fortune, good luck, good, you know, like happy travels. There's no storm clouds or anything, so I think it's a good idea. And what they're showing me looks like it's a good idea. You're legit. You're legit too. Thanks. Okay, that's okay. I get it. Thank you. Tell them thank you as well. Yeah, see, they said thank you. They're so nice. Okay. Let's see. Where was where was I? All right. Also, this is just a question for you, but doesn't your energy drain when you do this, or is this like a natural thing to you, like breathing? People ask that. I do get very tired if I do it consistently. If I do private readings, it doesn't take as much of my energy because I'm doing it one-on-one. Whereas when I'm doing group readings like this, it's my energy going to a bunch of little things at once. So it is a little bit more draining than if I was doing like a one-on-one reading with someone. But thank you for asking. I really need help. Someone is blocking my connection with my love interest and it's beyond my control. What should I do? They believe it's for my own good, but their ego is getting in the way. Okay. First of all, nobody has control of you but yourself. You have the ability to absolutely make this happen if you feel that your heart is calling you to do it. You have the ability to cut that person out of your life if you feel that it's necessary. If you don't want to do that, you have the ability to create boundaries. I keep seeing a fence around you, so create those boundaries, let people know where they are. Maybe with this person, if they're really getting egotistical about it, just say, you know what, I love you and I care about you, and I do love you giving me your opinion, but I am doing what I feel is right for me, and I really feel called to do this. So I really need to follow just my intuition and follow my gut and just, you know, do what I feel is right. And if you mess up, then you mess up. But ultimately, you need to do and follow what you feel is best for you. Except if you're going to be murdering people. Please don't murder people. Then please don't listen to your intuition. But yeah, if you're not hurting anybody, I really don't see a problem with it. Okay, how can I get more in tune with my clairvoyance and clairaudience? I love this question. So many people have this question, and I'm so passionate about this. Okay. I'm going to go off on a little rant for a little bit. No, I'm not. I'm joking. Okay, so to strengthen your abilities, this is for you and anybody who's listening and who wants to strengthen their abilities. Especially with clairvoyance and clairaudience, this really helps. But it also helps with other things if you can do other things. So if you feel that you're a seer or clairvoyant, or you are a hearer, which is clairaudience, you can really improve your gifts by simply sitting and noticing. I think so many people go through life just being like, oh, I'm taking it all in. But when you focus on one thing and very specifically focus on it, you can just start seeing so many things that you didn't see before. Like sit in a park, watch the animals or the people or little things. Like you can look at a leaf and then you can see an ant go over the leaf and focus on that. And by focusing your energy on that and focusing your attention on that, you start in return noticing smaller things in your life. And when you notice the small things in your life, then all of a sudden you start noticing the extra stuff. Well, I say extra, but it's not really extra. It's there. But we are so focused on taking it in the big picture that we don't realize when something tiny is happening. So when I turn off my abilities, because you can't really turn them off, but I call it turning off because that's the best way to describe it, or turning it down. I simply am just taking in the big picture, taking in the whole experience rather than focusing on minute things. So when I go on paranormal investigations, I am focusing on the little things. How do I feel? What am I smelling? What am I hearing? What am I feeling? What am I seeing? You know, if you're looking at something and physically I'm looking at that dresser and I'm seeing a dresser, but in my mind, as it's overlaying this intuition over this dresser, I'm seeing the inside of the dresser. I'm seeing the energy coming off of the dresser. I'm seeing the items inside of the dresser and their energy. I'm seeing everything. So by focusing on it and trusting what you're seeing and trusting what you're hearing, and getting input from friends if you can of what you're seeing and hearing and seeing if it's correct, you're by in turn causing yourself to be more open and focused on receiving messages and seeing what comes through. So that would be my advice for improving your gifts. What did I do? Oh, that's a mint. I stepped on a mint. Okay. How can I, oh, that's one that I already did. I feel like they laughed like labyrinth goblins when you called them butts. I mean that with the utmost respect. They do. They are, a lot of people don't believe me, but Archangel Gabriel, which we call Gabe, Eric and I call him Gabe, he's hilarious and he's totally a jokester for sure. Michael is definitely more serious. Azrael, the one that I work with, the Angel of Death, he is definitely a little bit more serious, but he's very sweet. And he is a man that's regular height, but he wears a dark suit. So a lot of times when you hear people talking about, oh, I saw someone pass over and they were standing with someone in a dark suit, it's Azrael. Okay. How does Dijon feel about me? We both are Taurus. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Okay. So it does depend on their natal chart of what the other signs are in their natal chart that really affects their sun sign. So a lot of people go off of sun signs, which is not bad. Your sun sign is how you view yourself. Your moon sign is how you deal with emotions, and your rising sign is how other people see you. So I'm a Pisces sun. You would never guess because I'm a very, like, I come off as very extroverted and very, like, happy and like, oh, I can help people, blah, 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 blah. But I am a Sagittarius rising. So that's what people see. They see the Sagittarius in me. How I deal with my emotions, I try to organize the heck out of them. I was about to swear. I organize the heck out of them because I'm a Virgo moon. So it's like all over the place. I'm like, I need to control it. But I can't because it's emotions and it happens. So with you both being Tauruses, you already know you both are stubborn AF. So be aware of that. If he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it. And if you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. So be aware that it could be a butting head situation. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Let's see. How he feels about you, I would say that he's interested in you, but he's very cautious right now. There's something about him that, like, they're saying it was a couple past. I'm sorry of the specifics. Okay, there was a couple experiences in the past where he was hurt. He didn't really show it, but he was hurt by it, and it has made him very cautious towards future relationships. So just be aware of that. He's going to be very hesitant about moving forward with something. Okay. May I ask a yes or no question? Absolutely. Go for it. Okay. I'm sorry, but I keep asking about people. Do you see, what do you see with my friend Mike? Are we supposed to, bring each other? Are we supposed to? Okay, you might have to rephrase that question because I'm not sure if I'm understanding that correctly. Pearl says, I currently try to do stand-up comedy while also working to support myself. It's tough because I'm recovering from a chronic illness. Girl, I feel you. I have one, but I'm in like a plateau phase right now, thank God. Do you see a future with me with writing and performing? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you're just, you're holding back a little bit. I think if you opened up more, you would get a lot more attention. Write or perform something that you really feel in your gut, like you feel very connected to in your gut. And your heart chakra. Second chakra sacral chakra and heart chakra centered. Try to focus with those energies, maybe do some healing chakra work on those. You can find music and tones on YouTube that are really helpful for that. Kaya, I'm not pulling cards anymore, but if you have a question, I can try to answer it. Okay, there's such good advice. Thank you. Practicing with friends helps a lot. When you confirm things for each other, it's awesome. Yes, I agree with that, Jane. Absolutely. Archangel Michael is one of my guides. He's also one of my friends' guides. He's amazing, and I love him. I know. So nice. Okay. Tell him I say hi. Absolutely. She says hi. Thanks. Okay. He just smiled really big. So, okay. Hi, what advice do my spirit guides have for my love life? Don't push it so much. Take it slow. You tend to rush into things. Be cautious of you rushing into things. When you're aware of that, you'll don't expect too much from the other person. Be realistic with your expectations. I need to know all of these angels and how and when to call upon them. They are around you all the time, 100% all the time. I swear to God, if I were to share how many times I get back talk from my angels and my guides, I would never stop. They are constantly talking to me, constantly there. And I think a lot of people think or assume that they're not there because you don't hear them. It is true. They are always there. If you need their help, call on them directly. You don't have, if you don't know your angel's name, that's fine. Just say, hey, I need help with right now. Please help me out. If it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to, but let them know that you need help. I love Raphael. He's amazing. Okay. Is my manifestations going well in my current love situation? Yes. But don't get too attached. Try being a Cap rising and everyone thinks you're cold. Oh girl, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I dated a Capricorn and he was intense. We were both so stubborn. Yeah, I bet. I'm Sagittarius with Gemini moon and Gemini rising, and I'm very moody and highly strung for a Sag. I am best friends with a Gemini, and I love her, but she drives me a little bit crazy sometimes. I apologize in advance if you know who you are. But yeah, that's a complicated combination right there. He has exes that she did. Okay, that means I had an E. I'm afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure, girl. You know what? Okay. This is something that my mom always told me. I love my mom, but I am so frustrated with her at the same time. I have mom issues, okay? But you know what? If it's meant to work out, it will work out no matter what. Whether you try to stop it or not, it will work out. If it's not meant to happen, it will not happen whether you try or not. Whether you try your best, you try so hard, it will not happen. So there's literally no way to mess up. I was trying not to curse. There's no way to mess up. Have faith in yourself. Trust yourself. You know what you're doing. If you feel meant to do this, it's because you are. So trust your gut. Promise. It will be okay. It might not happen as soon as you want it to, but it will happen. How do you think Malcolm feels about me? Can we not? Okay, so they were telling me something, and I was like, "It's kind of harsh." And he was like, "Well, she asked." Okay, so Malcolm kind of feels like, I'm gonna say it in a nice way. How about that? Kind of put off by you. I feel like he will eventually get to the point where he at some point, but like there's something that's very resistant in him towards you. It's like magnets, like not being able to come together. I need to get out of Australia because there's not much comedy here. Living in other countries is expensive. I don't feel that that Australia is the place for you. I feel that you need to go somewhere else in order to really connect with your energy. It could be that you're feeling called to LA because that is a soul center for you, a soul city. We're long distance friends, and I'm just curious if the guides see a clear path for our relationship or friendship. The path is there, but it's very windy and like narrow. I've been told by multiple people I'm getting pregnant this year. Do you see it being a boy or a girl? Oh, girl. I've had so many pregnancy things for myself, and they haven't really worked out. But, you know, no, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you any more than that because I have some predictions, but I don't know if they're going to come true. I feel that if you get pregnant, it will be by the end of the year, like second half. Everybody's having stuff happen in the second half of the year. Second half of the year, specifically, I'm seeing August and September. And I'm also seeing a boy. It's kind of going in between a boy and a girl, but mostly boy. So I'm feeling more boy. By the way, Archangel Raphael is my guide. Oh yeah, I already read that. Are my spirit guides frustrated with my stubbornness? Always. Okay. Or at least I think he is. I pray to him all the time and he's helped me heal. I see 1111 all day, every day. Yes. So 1 in numerology is the number for starting things of initiation, things like that. So when you see it over and over again, it's just magnifying that. Yes, have faith, girl, do it. Okay, where is my relationship with DB going? I just heard not very far. Wow, guys, you're being so sassy tonight. Okay, so I see a little path. It's like a little dirt path leading to a wall. And this wall is made of bricks. Now, this wall isn't totally unable to be gone around, but it is a very big barrier. And there's something that I think if you got into a relationship with him or them, I'm not sure if it's a girl or a boy, if you got into a relationship with them, I feel that you would come to a point where it was a kind of a standstill and like you would have to really go out of your way to get around it, kind of thing. Let's see. Okay, last question is the reason I'm so obsessed with my crush because he's part of a soul family or even a spirit guide? He has unknowingly helped me so much and helped me towards the right direction. So I think it's more likely soul family. Spirit guides don't tend to, I mean, he could have been a past spirit guide, but I don't feel personally, this is my personal opinion, I don't feel personally that people can be current spirit guides and also be physically alive in your life. You can have soul family. Soul family is your family who you have through multiple lifetimes and you find each other, whether you're family in that lifetime or friends or lovers, things like that. But I do feel like he's connected to you in some way, and I feel that it's more soul family. No, it's not delusional. If you're dreaming about him, you have a connection. So if you're dreaming about an ex or something, cut that cord, guys, because it's connected. Do you think my career life will go well? I'm patiently waiting to get a job recently, and I don't know if it's still a good idea or not. I would try something else. The one that you're focusing on, there's like a certain job that you're thinking, I think I want to do that. Try something else, and then if that comes back to you, then it's meant to be. Narrow winding road is better than no road at all. It is. Yes, I agree with that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Ballwinder, if you're still here, I would like to pull a card for you because you did 2 super chats. It was so sweet. I really appreciate that, and I want to repay you at somehow. Do you think it's this guy George is gonna reach out to me? If so, what will his intentions be? I just heard be cautious with that one. Oh my god, I can't with you guys tonight. You're so mean. Okay. They're not saying it in a mean way, by the way. Yeah, just be cautious. Don't rush into it. Kanesha want a romantic relationship with me. I'm not going to say that on live stream. She wants something, but it's not a relationship. At least right now. It could be in the future, maybe, but right now she's not looking for a relationship. Your guides rock. I have a lot of sassy guides, let's just say that. Nikedo isn't usually sassy. He's very like, which is my main guide. He's a blue alien from my home planet, Sagila. But he is really sweet and very helpful. But he's he's able to be silly, but he's mostly serious. Gabe is the sass talker. He is so sassy, and he will give so many funny remarks. He's hilarious. Michael is a little bit more serious. Azrael can be funny, but he's mostly serious and sweet. It's not dangerous, but just, don't rush into it. Make sure that you're aware of everything that goes into a relationship with that person before you get into it. Okay. One last call for Ballwinder. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If you're still here, I would love to give you a card, because that's so sweet for the super chat things. I really appreciate it. It means a lot, and I want to repay you somehow with a card or something. Okay, so I think I'm gonna call it done. I think this was so fun. We should do this more often. I do have to eat dinner though, because I haven't eaten yet. Dinner-wise, I haven't eaten yet. So I need to get some, thank you so much. Oh my God, don't make me cry. Thank you. Is she a soulmate? I feel that there's some sort of connection that you have with her, but I don't feel that it's soulmate. It feels more like, she's almost a mirror for you. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Okay, so guys, before I go, I do want to mention I do offer private readings. I promise they're not crazy priced. My readings start at $20 for 30 minutes if you do an email intuitive reading. I have reading options on my website. So if you go down to the description down below, I have Ariel Willow. I'm sorry, so sorry. ArielWillow.com. I offer readings, and I offer energy and emotion healings. I offer channeled readings and intuitive readings. So if you want to check those out, please look at the link down below. I just redid my website, so it looks beautiful. But if you guys have any questions for me about any reading options, or, you're thinking of purchasing something, just let me know. Please reach out to me. Don't feel like I'm unreachable. You can email me, text me, call me. I do have business hours, so please don't call outside of the business hours, but I will try to respond to texts or emails. But yeah, check out my website. It's there. But I'm so thankful for you guys joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm so thankful for everybody who has supported my YouTubing and, just my ventures in general. I really, really appreciate it. And I don't know how to convey my appreciation more than just saying thank you so much. And I will try to do more of these. Can you get details with my love life? I have just finished the stream, but if you want, I will try to do these streams again. I'm not sure, but I will try to do it maybe next week, I think. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I cannot say that enough. Thank you so much for your support, your love, your just overwhelming just energy towards me and my goals. It just really means a lot to me, and I appreciate it so much. And I just want you guys to know how much it means to me, because I never thought I would be here. 5 years ago, if you said that I was going to be here, I'd be like, maybe. But it's amazing, and thank you so much. So yeah. Happy belated Valentine's Day. I know we didn't really get to do this Valentine's Day, but thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope you guys know how much I appreciate you, and I'm sending so much love to you. I'm sending all this golden light of just abundance and joy and happiness and success and just everything towards you guys, and I hope you feel it, and I hope it causes things to happen in your life. I hope and wish for you abundance in love, happiness, finances, success, everything. I hope everything that you want in life comes to you easily. I hope that all of your blocks are cleared. I hope that you never have an issue getting what you feel drawn to. And yeah, just giving it to you. All right, so I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much, everybody, for the super chats. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your love. And I send all of your love and I mirror it back to you. And I hope you guys feel that. And I love you. And I said this all ready because I just can't stop saying it's so nice.